Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? I'm here today with my co-host, my partner, and everything that M Life do, Mr. Eric Cooper. Say what's up to the people. What's going on, y'all? All right. Today we're going to discuss and we're going to highlight the things that's going on in the prison that we in. The great change they're making in a positive direction. So one of the things I want to outline is how they got Culinary Arts going on to help people with things they want to do as far as, you know, getting a food truck business or working in the field of a restaurant and introducing people to safety in regards to food. They also have a victims impact group that's going on that give back to the victims for the, you know, crimes that involve victims. So that's a good thing, you know, to talk about and bring forth. But I do want to start off, you know, with a brief description, and I'm going to let Eric talk about this, the tattoo shop that they have in the prison. It's called Tattoo Studios. I'm going to pass it to him briefly so he can let you understand what's going on with that. Go ahead, E, let him know.
What's going on, y'all? So there was a guy that has, his name is Larry Normal. He has a tattoo shop in Dover, and he was talking to the Commissioner Tara Taylor, and they were talking about giving back and introducing a tattoo shop into the prison. They wind up working out the kinks, and they actually have it, an actual studio inside the prison. Now, this is something that you can be certified to do. So it's a year-long program. You learn about blood-borne pathogens. You learn about the safety precautions of how to utilize the needles correctly. And we go through a class for the first 6 to 8 months. Then when we graduate the class, we're actually apprenticed. So now we tattoo on fake skin to learn how deep to go, to learn the shading techniques, and then we tattoo for a year. After that year is up of us tattooing on live skin, now we can obtain our license. So that now when we go to the society, we're allowed to actually tattoo and have our license to work in the shop or start our own studio. So this is a great program because a lot of times, like I learned my craft in here in prison, and now I was doing it illegally, and now they provided me with the opportunity to stay out of trouble and an incentive to stay out of trouble. Now I can be in this tattoo shop, I can earn money. It's one of the highest paying jobs. It is the highest paying job in the prison, and it's given us the opportunity to, you know,
Learn the trade,
because a lot of times when we're in prison, coming out to society, we don't have the necessary skills to survive in
or join the workforce.
So now, because of this program, we're able to learn that trade and utilize it when we go home. That's the same thing with the Culinary Arts program. You're actually certified to work in a restaurant. So I think that the programs that they're starting to offer here is a major change from when I first was incarcerated. You know, I spent most of my time in maximum security, and I wasn't allowed to program. So now we get to see all of the changes that are going on in the prison as far as programs are concerned. Automotive programs. You actually learn how to work on cars, and they actually have a workshop where you go twice a month to the workshop to actually work on cars. So you have that hands-on experience. Because when you learn the trade, you need hands-on experience in order to learn. You can't just learn by book. So I believe I shout out to the War Emmett because he's actually introducing these programs that are actually going to help us transition into society.
Yeah, that's a big thing, man, what he discussed, and I had him tell you more in detail because he was actually involved in these programs that's taking place. You know, and I'm on the waiting list, but I have knowledge of what's going on. And at the same time, you know, when they speak about these programs, like he said, this was never done in the institution. So it's painting a whole different light on the outlook on how the inmates is being developed in prison and ready to go out, you know. And they also have an art program, and they allow Eric to go around with a crew of people. One of them is me, and paint murals throughout the prison. One of them is the main visitor room. So when visitors come in, they feel more comfortable. When kids come in, they see these drawings that they like, and you can pick certain areas where you want to take pictures with your loved one, your kids, your mother, you know, your sports team, if you're in the cars. There's all kinds of, you know, murals put up. And most of all, people like the veterans mural that's up. And I let them speak to that, you know.
So with the murals, it was something, again, I learned how to draw and paint in prison. So I was telling a few of the higher-ups, like Major Dawson and the warden, that I wanted to paint murals around the prison, to bring the prison, give it some light. And they allowed me to start in the visiting room. So in the visiting room, for as many years, I've been incarcerated for 17 years, there's only been one mural in the visiting room that we all were forced to take a picture in front of this mural. And now we have at least 10 murals up, different things. So you might have a teddy bear with some balloons that say, I love you. Something for you and your daughter, something for you and your wife. You might have a picture for the veterans, for the American flag, and we represent every branch of the Navy, so we have their seal on the flag. You might have a POW. So there were 4 POWs in the state of Delaware. That's a prisoner of war or a KIA, which is killed in action. So we represent the veterans because there are a lot of veterans incarcerated here. We have football teams, we have headphones with music themes, we have pictures for sons and their fathers, sons and their mothers. So we're trying to, you know, give people a chance to come and experience something different with their family. And we received a lot of feedback from a lot of people because normally nobody would come up here to take pictures. But now you have more family members coming to see their loved ones, and it gives them something to talk about. So we're trying to, you know, paint murals all around the prison. So they're giving us the opportunity to bring some life into the prison. When you look and you just see white walls, it feels like prison.
Yeah, well, you know, this is, you know, direct, you know, contact with a lot of people don't understand what's going on in the background. And I just wanted to highlight this because this is a positive move. This is a positive direction that they put us in. And it's not all bad what the prison is doing. So I wanted to show you the good things that's helping us, you know, despite what some people may say, you know. And most of all, you know, I want to speak as far as the warden, you know, approving these things and bringing a whole new look to what's going on. And on top of that, I want to also give enough respect to the governor who's recognizing the positive things that's going on in the prison. So when people come up for commutation and things like that, he's really, you know, looking into it. He's coming to see you. He's having a conversation with you to see if you're ready to get out and take care of the things you need to take care of. You know what I mean? And a lot of people have been released, granted their freedom, you know, with all kind of different crimes and things like that, because despite, you know, the nature of the crime, they has changed as human beings. And these programs that's in place that get us involved, it shows the growth. It shows the change. You know, it gives us a higher opportunity to be good men, good fathers, good sons, good brothers. So, you know, I just wanted to put that on the forefront and let the people know, the viewers, that there's positivity going on.
So with Mike Myers, man, I really want to acknowledge him once again because I've been locked up for 17 years and I have not seen a governor come to the prison as much as he has. He's come to this prison. If you have a commutation and your commutation reaches his death, he's showing you that I care and that you have to convince me. All right, you passed all of the rules, but now he's coming to see you, and you're going to sit face to face with the governor and convince him that you should be released. And he's releasing people if he's convinced, because he's denied some people that he felt like needed more programming. So I really want to shout out to him, because it's something that you don't see on a daily basis or ever.
And you know, to add to that, I want to leave off with this, because you know we press for time here at M Life Podcast. You know, me, Jamel Daniels, and Eric Cooper, we're doing so much from here, and we did so much in here, that we're trying to, you know, produce this because this is who we are, and we're trying to obtain our freedom. You know, and this is all a part of it. This is all a part of the puzzle to obtaining it, getting out, and doing what we need to do further in furtherance of helping the youth. But we're also collaborating on 2 art pieces that's going to some very important people that deals with legislation or public defender's office or what have you. They requested these pieces, and Eric is the true artist, but he also teach me things and allowed me to participate in these, you know, beautiful paintings that's going up to these people's family. He also did something for Senate Bill 10, and I'll let him end with that. We got 2 minutes left.
So, real quick, the Senate Bill 10, I was asked to paint something to express what this bill meant to me and meant to so many people, because it's the compassionate release bill. So I drew a picture to depict the transformation, and I used the analogy of a butterfly turning into, or a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, because that caterpillar has to make that transition into the best form of itself, or it's going to die. So that's how I feel coming in as a juvenile, and I felt like I had to transition to the best version of myself and grow and change in order to get back into society. So that's what I did, and now those pieces that I painted are in the town hall in Dover, and the chief of staff, Paul Shravik, has a personal copy that he takes to Washington, D.C. in every event to depict what this bill means to us.
Yeah, and that's big, because I fit in the bill, and, you know, Eric fit in that bill, but we also have our commutations going on. That's first and foremost, you know, and, you know, any support that y'all could give, any prayers that y'all could give it to us, because we need it to obtain the freedom. And, you know, I want to close out with saying, you know, please follow us on our social media profiles. We got M-Life ENT on YouTube. We have DemRep1 on Instagram. And we also have M-Life Podcast page on Facebook. You know, so please, you know, like it, follow, you know, keep us in mind, and we'll keep, you know, giving you what you signed up for. You know, nothing but the real.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why you hear the background, you hear things going on, because that's the situation we're in. We're bringing you into a conversation. So until next time, y'all take care. He let the people know that, you know.
And I appreciate y'all for listening, man. We'll be back real soon.
Absolutely. And y'all take care. You know, stay blessed and be safe out there. Later.